The heat more than anything else right now, Adam, and you get the Mariners about to play as well. It's going to be a hot one today.
Going to be a hot one. Plus, we have more of that haze coming in, the wildfire smoke moving in and starting to at least decrease the air quality to a slight degree. You might notice a little bit of it in the air, but overall, though, the heat definitely the big story for us. And hopefully, if you're going to be heading to the Rangers and the M's game, that you have a seat in the shade somewhere, because temperatures will start off around more the mid to upper 80s, but by the end of the game, we're probably going to be around the lower 90s. North winds not going to help out as much either. 5, maybe 15 miles per hour. First pitch at 1:10. So the excessive heat warning, it's out for us until 11 p.m. So we got a little while longer to go with this heat that's going to be around. Highs generally in the 90s, a few 100s possible, but they will be in some isolated areas across parts of South Sound. And then you can see some of the great shaded area across the Olympic Peninsula. We're going to talk about that in a second. First, let's get up to this heat advisory that's across the Olympic Peninsula. That goes until 8 p.m. this evening. And by that time, we'll start to notice more of an influence from the Pacific Ocean. That air mass will start to cool us down. So some of the upper 80s and lower 90s that we see today will not be quite as hot as we go on into the day tomorrow, as those temperatures will start to fall back. Now, speaking of the air quality, yeah, they're up across parts of the Olympic Peninsula and going farther north across the state. You can see how the wildfire smoke is going to be covering the entire state. Now, this is in the upper levels of the atmosphere, but we also have some showing up into some parts of the lower atmosphere as well, and here closer to the surface. And that's why you had those gray shaded areas over the Olympic Peninsula, and then the gray outlined areas that you see showing up here on the graphic is where we have that air quality alert. So for those of us who are pretty sensitive to poor air quality, we're going to want to keep that in mind with unhealthy for sensitive group levels for us here closer to Puget Sound, with the oranges that you're noticing and the yellows across a good part of the state, and then farther east across the state, they're still dealing with that as well. And that's heading into the rest of today and into the day for tomorrow. Paulsville, we can see the haze in the air, but plenty of sunshine. It's starting to warm up right now in Seattle. 83 degrees, not a wind to speak of at all. So that 83 is feeling like 83 for sure. Our temperature change actually is down a little bit from at this point yesterday. A little more of that haze maybe starting to limit some of the heating that we're going to do throughout the day. 87 in Hoquiam, 86 right now in Shelton, 84 in Puyallup, and skies, well, they're going to stay quiet. No worries about any sort of widespread clouds, or definitely no rain here to speak of for the time being. But this big ridge of high pressure is helping to produce the heat that we're seeing here over the next couple of days. Plus, it's helping to provide the airflow that's helping to bring in more of that wildfire smoke here to the atmosphere. So for today, back up well into the 90s for those afternoon highs. 5 p.m. will be right around the time where we see the peak heating for today. Then we'll cool down for tonight, and lows, well, not much relief. Mid upper 60s. That's it for us. Then we head into the day tomorrow, and we see more of that heat ahead with highs well into the 90s, a possible 100 or 2 here or there. And then we cool down a little more Saturday, and we'll see more relief on the way for us as we go on into Sunday. So here's a look at your forecast. Next 7 days, 90s today, tomorrow, possibly on Saturday. Then, Steve, we're starting to cool down on Sunday at 79, and there could be a few rain showers late on the day there. Better chances will be on Monday.
That'll be much needed. Thank you very much, Adam. 12:20.